Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Husam x Tom x Callum stream. We're here to talk about my club, our football club. Wait, wrong hand. Our football club, Liverpool Football Club right here. Wow, my hands look so big on the camera. Big up. Anyway, we are here, folks, and there's a lot for us to discuss. There's a lot for us to talk about today. We're going to be talking about the best player in the league. Number 11, from the villages of Egypt, with a crown on his head. You get me? Saving us again in that game. We're going to be talking about Liverpool legend or not, according to Tom Little, coming back to manage at Anfield today, aka Xabi Alonso, aka the infamous Leverkusen, turn up today to Anfield. And we're just going to have a in general talk about our football club. So get ready, folks. Anyway, let me introduce first the reason why we're late, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why we're late, he's here. You get me? But listen, he has a valid reason. He was streaming at 3 a.m. yesterday, so he just overslept a little bit. He had to handle a couple of things. But we love him regardless because he is so toxic on the stream like no other. We bring out all his toxic energy, and I feel like this is therapy for him. Because, as you grow older in age, if you bring out all your negative energy, you're going to live longer. So me and Tom bring out all the negatives in him. Get me? Man like Callum is in the hiding cut.
Not too bad. If that's the truth, then I'm going to live bloody long, and God willing, it happens.
You know what's the worst moment? And I messaged you this as well. I'm like, I'm going to team up with Tom Little. You're right, Tom. And then Tom's like, I want us to sign Cunha. And then Callum's like, oh.
Let me, hold on. You said you don't know if Alonso is a legend or not. Did you
I mean, that's the Tom Little argument.
Oh, Tom, brother.
Listen, don't worry. I know. It's okay. This is what it's like working with Tom. And speaking of, you get me, the biggest criminal on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, is about to join us. Everyone's favorite fraud in this whole platform. And it's his birthday. He turned 15 today. So everyone, please wish him a happy birthday. Joining us on the channel is the criminal himself. Hi, Tom.
I can't believe you have a rap sheet, bro. That's so bad.
Now.
Yeah, but that rap sheet's got some stuff on there which I argue against.
The fact, I feel like now, as of today, probably the worst one on there is Kwanzaa's better than Konate. That has to be your worst.
I never said that phrase though. I never said that phrase. This is what I'm on about. I never said that phrase.
Stop.
I said he's a better passer than Konate. That was the extent of better. I never said
you said he's also better in the air. Don't lie. Why do you lie?
He's better in the air.
I literally work with you. I can go get the clip. Stop it.
Go get the clip where I said Kwanzaa is better than Konate in the air.
Everyone in the chat remembers when he said that Kwanzaa should start. I remember our last Husam x Tom Little before the Ipswich game.
I said that. I don't know you ain't
said.
Doesn't mean he's better.
To defend Tom here, towards the end of last season.
Are you sure you want to do that before you do it?
Yeah, no. Tom, don't let me down this show, please, bro. Towards the end of last season and the start of this season, I do think on merit, Kwanzaa deserved to start the Ipswich game.
Okay, fair enough. But
Konate,
I disagree still. Big up to Redline Taranga says, need Konate versus Real Madrid. One yellow card away from suspension, start Gomez. Oh, 100%. If there is one game in this universe where we need Konate, it's bloody Real Madrid. Like, please, just like, can we get Gomez in today? I'm all for that, Red Lion. So, yeah. Big up to Gomez had his worst ever game in the 5-2. Lost to Real Madrid anyway. Big up to everyone locked in. There's 200 people in the building already. Every single one of you guys, please, right here, right now, hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes early. So everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And please go subscribe to Kopish. Their link is in the description. And go subscribe to Tom Little. His link is in the description if he ever decides to start actually being a capable YouTuber and actually uploading
Blame my internet. Watch this stream. There'll be about 6 times where I have to fix it because my internet's crap at the minute.
You're in a first world country and I'm in a third world country. That's crazy. Anyway, we have to start off at the weekend, folks. Liverpool Brighton. I'm gonna go first to you, Cal, regarding that game. What did you make of that game in general? You know, and everything that happened.
Stinky performance in the first half, like really bad. Not great in the second half, barring about 15 minutes. But I want to be careful.
15 minutes is generous as well.
Yeah, probably. That's the sort of performance champions have. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I'm not going to say that yet, but that's the sort of performance where you look back and you go, yeah, that Brighton game, man, shouldn't have won that game, but we did. And my only concern is I don't know how sustainable it is playing not very well, but still winning. And I worry about some of the players hitting a bit of fatigue and everything. January can't come soon enough. But I say that, but we probably won't sign anyone. And can we just get these contracts sorted out as well? Like, what are we doing there? Like, do we have to do a GoFundMe where we all put in £1 as Liverpool fans and just pay off Mo's contract? Or like, what's going on there? Because I don't get why he's not been given a new contract. Virgil van Dijk, I don't get why he's not been given a new contract. And just get Trent's one sorted out as well. Like, for me, it's pretty simple, but clearly not for Richard Hughes. So we'll see.
So in terms of that game, second half, do you think Slot changed it for us? Because I called Slot a genius after he fixed his mistakes, to be honest with you.
A genius? That's bold.
I can explain it. In the first half, we were getting annihilated.
When you had a set of coaching staff that didn't make in-game changes apart from substitutions, and then you get a manager that makes tactical changes in-game, all of a sudden the simple stuff looks genius.
Here we go. You keep shitting on Klopp. This is why
that was on Linders. That was on Linders. That was on Linders. That was on Linders. That was Linders. I was putting it on Linders.
You're about 15. The only big trophy you've seen in your life has come under Klopp. We're not counting the one where you were 1 year old in Istanbul, okay? So stop it. Klopp is the reason why you even go on these shows and can speak to rivals. Stop. He's the only manager alongside Mourinho to beat Pep Guardiola.
It wasn't Linders' dig because technically Klopp even said it himself. Linders has kind of been the one sorting out training.
We all read that book, Husam. We all read the book where it said Linders was making substitutions in games. That was my point. When we've got coaching staff, Johnny Heitinger's not making changes for Liverpool at the minute. Johnny Heitinger ain't doing it. Sipke Husselhoff, whatever his name is, isn't doing it. The reason
why I say that is in the first half we were so dreadful. In the second half he changed it completely. He inverted Trent, which gave us an extra midfielder, which gave us control. And then after that as well, the substitutions he made. Curtis Jones coming on, making a massively positive impact, who I think he's been unbelievable in these last 3-4 games. And I said, if I'm starting a midfield, like in the game against Aston Villa, he's the first name on the team sheet for me in the midfield. It's a disrespect to say first name on the team sheet overall, because Mo exists and Van Dijk exists. But if I'm talking about midfield, the first name I'm putting on there is Curtis Jones. He changed the game in terms of control and the way that we kept the ball. Szoboszlai, I am this close to giving up, to be honest with you, on him. And McAllister has probably had his worst 2-3 games run I've seen in a Liverpool shirt, probably since he's been a Liverpool player, to be honest with you. So I feel like the balance is a lot better there with Curtis Jones because he brings an element of control and he changed the game for us. And people are talking about, Mo just turned up in that one moment. Even in the first half when we were dreadful, he still created like the most dangerous chance we had in the half when the ball across to Szoboszlai and Núñez. And then Szoboszlai and Núñez decided to play a game of who's dumber than the other one, And Szoboszlai successfully won that. You get me? So it's just, like for me, I know what Mo's capable of. And when Callum talks about the contract, I wish I could just get Michael Edwards in a room right here and just slap the shit out of him because he doesn't understand that replacing these players will be 100 times more expensive than actually just giving them a contract extension. And I just want to use 2 positive examples of players aging properly. Look at Rob's taking the piss. Let's go, Robs. Guys, Rams is going to be on the channel later as well.
No,
Big
no.
up, Robs.
Big up from I saw today. Odegaard's back for Arsenal. His captain's back for his favourite team. So I'm sure.
Oh, don't have it, Rams. Don't have it. Don't have it. When it comes to the players, I'm going to use as a positive example. How old is Robert Lewandowski, ladies and gentlemen? Does anyone know here?
36.
Robert Lewandowski, ladies and gentlemen, is 36 years old. We just saw him go to the Santiago Bernabeu and score 2 goals against Real Madrid. He's currently the top goal scorer of the La Liga. Karim Benzema had his Ballon d'Or season aged 34. The moment people realize with the developments of sports science, the way players take care of their bodies,
Yes.
that not as soon as you hit 30, you're done. I think they're going to wake up and smell the coffee once and for all. And I was doing a show with Lewis yesterday, and he's a Chelsea fan. So, of course, he does the Hazard thing, like Roms. But what he said is, Mo's playmaking has improved to a level where you can at least get from him 12, 13, 14, 15 assists a season. And that alone is worth keeping, in my opinion. So that's just what
Salah was always giving you that, though.
No, I'm not talking about passing at like 2 yards. I'm talking about actual creativity now.
Salah's always been doing
But
this.
Salah's always had that.
I think he's a lot better player in overall now.
Yeah, he is. He's more complete now. But
But to say he didn't have this before and he's only just picked it up isn't true.
I mean, probably 5-6 years ago, I think he probably relied more on his pace and power to dribble past players and get behind players so he could get into the position to pass.
He had a different play style, but the creativity was always there.
Essentially, now he's a touchline winger and he still delivers, even as he's a touchline winger.
He's more just like a wide playmaker. He doesn't necessarily go into as high intensity moments as before, but now you just see him decide games when he wants to. And in the key moments.
But 5 years ago, would you have called him a wide playmaker?
No, but that's down to the. I think he still could have done it. He could have done it back then. No, my point is that Firmino, if you had Firmino in this team now, Salah would still be playing in the role that he used to. Yeah. Because Firmino covered so much, but because you don't have that, Salah has to go to a different role to make that up. I think if we had, I'm not going to say Núñez, but if we had a striker back in that 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20 spell, Salah would just be doing the same role he's doing now. Because he was that good a player and he always has been.
Also, I disagree. I don't actually think the inverted system helped us. I think it made life a bit more difficult because it became a bit more predictable in our approach play because everything was going through the center. Whenever Konate or someone else had the ball, they wouldn't be able to go out to the right. Everything was trying to go to the left for Cody Gakpo or Simicast to cross, or going to the right for Salah to try and create. I don't think the inverted system helped us at all from an attacking standpoint. And Trent actually did his best work when he went back to being an orthodox right back when we scored the second goal.
I don't think Trent's had a good game. I'll be very honest. I don't think Trent's had a good game.
He was terrible. But he had a spell towards the end of the game where he decided to be a right back, an orthodox right back, and he locked up Matoma.
I
second half he was a lot better. First half he was dreadful.
I'll be on the ball. I don't think he actually had a great. I don't remember much of anything he done on the ball. There might have been one good switch, but a lot of the time it was under hit or over hit. I'm sitting there going, for fuck's sake, this, that, or the other. I think that I wouldn't actually give Arne Slot as much credit as you want to give him for that second half. I think that second half was vestiges.
You're so edgy, Tom. You know, I realize this. You love to just be edgy all the time.
It's not.
Xabi Alonso's not a legend. I'm not going to give credit to Slot. Mo Salah's always been a playmaker. Kwanzaa's better than Konate. I'd pay 70 million for the Core. Bet Mason Mount at Anfield. Shall I go on?
We will do the Xabi Alonso stuff later. My point is, when you look at
Callum, I told you. Yeah, here we go.
When you look at where that Liverpool performance excelled in that second half, it was chaotic. It was frantic. The second goal came from a moment which Arne Slot probably hated, which was us getting counter-attacked 5v4, and they fucked it up. And then we decided to just run straight up the other end. Within 3 passes, Salah had scored. That's not what Slot's
Do you think Brighton ran out of steam? Because they pressed us insanely crazily in that first 45.
Maybe.
I think they ran out of steam. I really believe they did run out of steam. And I think like we took advantage. Cal, though, when Trent did invert in the second half, we did keep the ball a lot better by adding in one extra player. And then the substitutions of bringing Curtis on, that's what helped us in general.
Curtis was excellent when he came in.
Look, yeah, the subs were good, and I thought Diaz, when he got centrally, was had a decent impact. But again, my point before my internet done a lovely little thing then. It was chaos. It was hectic. It wasn't what Slot wants us to do. It was a throwback to what last year was. It reminded me of that mad spell against Fulham in the 4-3, where the crowd are going, the crowd are well up. You have a couple moments where you get close. The first one goes in, and then the momentum meant you were always getting that next one, and it happened a minute or two later. And then the moment that second goal went in, Endo came on, and that was where you saw what Slot wants to do: controlled, organised, defensive setup. Brighton didn't have a chance after we went 2-1 up.
But we keep saying controlled. Why are we ignoring what Arne Slot said in his first interview? Forget what me, you, or Callum say. He himself said there are similarities between him and club ball. It's not like we went a completely different route where it's like someone who has 0% similarities.
Yes, but that wasn't the quote. The entire quote was, but Jurgen Klopp wanted to go there to there, 100 miles an hour. I want to do it with control. That's what Arne Slot actually in his first interview said. The problem I've got with these players, because they're young, they want to they want to get to the goal as quick as possible, and maybe that was learned from Jurgen. I want them to make sure they take their time with it and slow it down. And as you always say, Husam, actions speak louder than words. He can say that he's similar to Klopp, but would Jurgen Klopp have brought on Endo to go into a mid or arguably deep 4-4-1-1?
But why are you choosing the Endo substitution? Why don't you choose the ones before that, where he played Diaz on the 10 and Curtis as the double pivot?
Because he was chasing the game.
And that's my point. Those substitutions.
Go
ahead.
Yes.
Why are you getting frustrated already just because I'm cooking?
Frustrated.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My point is, yes, the substitutions were great, but you going on about him putting Trent in the middle was a great... I thought that all that happened was the crowd got going and the players rode the momentum. I don't necessarily think we tactically outclassed them in the second half. We got tactically outclassed in the first half. We got tactically outclassed in the first half.
Okay, in the first half, they pressed us and we couldn't play out of the press. Him putting Trent in midfield helped us play out of the press.
No, but that wasn't the problem. We couldn't win the ball back off them. Our press was getting played through way too easily. That's nothing to do with Trent. The change he made, the one thing I'll give him tactically, which he does pretty much every game, he figured out how to stop their playing out from the back. He put Gravenberch on their, what's his name, Estupinan, the left back.
Yeah.
Off goal kicks, Gravenberch would move from DM to effectively a right attacking mid. So they couldn't pass to Estupinan and we'd start boxing them in. But in that first half, they were they were just playing out of our press like you wouldn't believe. And they weren't necessarily doing us with a press. We were just making stupid errors. Sometimes we were passing the ball first time when we didn't need to, under no pressure, and giving the ball back. I just look at it. I don't think this is a game where I would go Arne Slot tactically smashed it out the park. I'd say that this was more so on the players and on the momentum from the fans, because that on Saturday was the first time Slot experienced Anfield at what it can do and the energy it can give.
Yeah, Trent instigated with Estupinan, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Ask Arsenal fans, they know. Look at David. You're always going to get cooked by this community. Edgy, Tom has fallen over the edge. Look at what he's wearing. Wallah, he will be in League One right now if he was in charge.
I'm wearing a hoodie.
He said Mason Mount. He said Cunha. He said Elliot and Carvalho can fit in the midfield. He said we should buy Czech Decore. I could go on and on and on, guys. It's a long list of terrorism.
Hold on. I just like the fact you're still trying to slag me off for Cunha when he's got 5 goals and 2 assists this season.
Oh, wow. Scary.
I wish our strikers had that.
Cunha's scary.
I wish our strikers had that.
Tom's got a point. I spoke about this last night. We're over-relying on Salah.
We are. I agree with that. That doesn't mean Cunha is the solution, though.
No. Cunha's not the solution. Yeah.
And that is the problem.
Opinion's not the solution. I know.
The problem is not the issue that we all agree on. The problem is the solution to the issue. Can't be out here saying kunya and shit.
I'm gonna go back on the fence where I was in the first episode, but can I also say, not me, a lot of Liverpool fans were on board with getting Mason Mount to Liverpool. I think there's a lot of revisionism that happens there. Not even to out my brother Drifty. Drifty was really pushing Mason Mount as well. There's a lot of Liverpool fans doing it who have kind of gone quiet now because he's doing what he's doing at United. There's a lot of Liverpool fans doing it. I never wanted Mason Mount. There's a lot of Liverpool fans doing it.
I apologise for Mason Mount, by the way. He's still trying to cook me for something I was acquitted of in court and I've saved my punishment for.
As you should.
Check the core again. Given the context of the situation where we were so desperate, I understand a little bit, but again, still wrong, Tom.
He was willing to pay 70, by the way. 70.
If you could get Sheikh Decore for 30 mil now, I'd take him.
30.
Wow.
Oh wow! So you brought 40 million down from his price tag. That's crazy.
He done his Achilles last season, so he's not the same player.
And you're still taking him.
Oh no, Tom.
He's been Palace's best midfielder. He's been better than Morton this season.
This is such a lie. Husam wanted Hwang, didn't want McAllister. I did want McAllister, but I did want Hwang. I do agree with you. Husam was slot out. I've already explained that 100 times. It was an emotional reaction because I wanted Xabi Alonso. And we got rejected by Amarim. So I just had a very... Here's the thing, guys. Can I just explain this? Because people still use this against me. First of all, Felipe, I'm going to slap the shit out of you if you ever say that me and Tom speak rubbish as much as each other. That's BS. You know Tom speaks the most rubbish in YouTube history. You get me, number one. Number two, when it comes to the slot thing, I've already said, guys, it was an emotional reaction. When it comes to YouTube, this guy right here said FSG until the day I die because of an emotional moment.
How am I catching strays?
No, but it's true, though.
Someone should have everyone down with him. Everyone down with him.
It's true.
Husam, in my defense, I was sleep deprived, and it looked as though we were about to break the record to bring in Caicedo. I don't even.
Yeah, and what did you say? FSG until the day I die. That's what you said.
I said, yeah, my own.
Exactly. So what happens is, guys, when you do YouTube, sometimes you have to react to news quickly. When we signed Chiesa, I sang the Italian national anthem. If I knew that he would play 30 minutes, I would send him to Wales. He got me so like. So the point is, sometimes you have emotional reactions. I wanted Xabi Alonso. Now the Hwang thing, no one can deny here that Hwang was better last season than Luis Diaz. Maybe if we had Hwang and Mateta, we would have won the league. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, you absolutely doubled down on it.
To be honest, I was ready to be Klopp out if we signed Mount. Listen, I remember all my arguments with this fraud right here. I argued with Ben as well. If you know from Spaces, you get me. Oh, the club is right. The club is right. The club know what they're doing. The club know what you're doing. Anyway, anything you guys want to say about Liverpool?
In hindsight, do you think it was the right time for Klopp to move on?
No.
What? Why?
I still think Klopp could have won us the league this season.
Never.
The problem remains it's just the same fucking problem, Cal. It's just the transfer. Okay, Callum, I respect you as an OG in this game.
Endo would have been our start.
When did Kopic start? When did Kopic start? Tell me.
We start 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay, 2019 till 2024. How many times have you complained about the transfer window from this last 5 years?
Oh, loads.
The problem is the same at this football club. Ain't shit changed. And now no one can use Klopp's loyalty against him because we've got Slot. So you're telling me what Slot is loyal to all these players? He just met them.
No, it's not just a case of being out of Klopp's own words. When we were desperate for a midfielder, he said, "I don't need another midfielder. The only midfielder we need is a profile of someone who's 1.96 centimeters and arrives late in the box and scores goals." That was when I started looking at Klopp different and thinking, "Are you really my dad? Like, are you really? Do we need to do a DNA test?" Then he persisted playing players who shouldn't be in the team. Then at the end of that season, turned around and said, "I'm not selling players unless they come to me and say they want to leave." So basically, we're running a retirement home. Henderson, he begged to stay. Fabinho, he begged to stay. He tried to extend Naby Keita's contract.
And Milner's and
and
Ox's.
Milner's. And at that, and as of last season,
Would you rather have Milner or Szoboszlai?
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai.
Big up
And,
James Milner. I'll never disrespect you like that.
and also, tactically, he just stopped evolving. He stopped being a coach and started being Liverpool's everything because he became power hungry. And
He
granted,
became our
out of
director of
everyone,
football, and Linders was our manager.
he wanted Endo 3 years ago and they blocked him, and then he went and got Endo 3 years later. We would be playing Endo in a single pivot this season. Where do you think we'd be in the league, bro?
Listen, I refuse to say a single negative word about Jurgen Klopp.
I'm not
I
saying
know
anything negative. I'm saying
this guy. Listen, every manager makes mistakes. You get me, but I still think there is a bigger issue. In the words of Kurdish, let's address the root cause. Klopp has shown before that he has quite an expensive taste. The guy wanted Bellingham. The guy wanted Chouameni. The guy wanted Caicedo. The guy wanted the best of the best. Now, if there is one,
Caicedo from the looks of it.
yes, he did. Now, if I'll tell you one thing about, there is one summer I do blame him, which is the no midfield summer. That one, yes, I do blame him because I think there was too much loyalty shown to
And the
certain
Champions
players.
League, and the one after the Champions League.
Yeah, that's the one.
2019.
That's the same one. The no midfield summer. That's the same summer.
No, the no midfield
Yes.
summer was the no midfield. There was 2 no midfield summers. There was the one after Genie left, and
Yeah,
there was
when
the
he just
one the
broke
following
United.
season where we signed
To be fair,
Calvin Ramsey.
that was a
Nunes,
midfield summer because
and
you got Arthur
Carvalho.
Mello. The only non-midfield summer was actually the
Where
year
the hell
before
is
because
Calvin
Arthur Mello
Ramsey?
came in.
Shall I be real with you? If Jurgen Klopp stayed this season, people would have turned on him. He left at the right time where he could leave being loved by the club. He would have turned into a villain this season, and I'd have hated to see that happen.
What would have
Calvin Ramsey's at Wigan.
Yeah, he didn't even play much. But anyway, the end of last season would have also been looked at a lot differently if Klopp had stayed.
Yeah,
And the manner of fall off would have been looked at.
Yeah, but I still blame the individuals last season. I don't blame Klopp. You can do. By the way, people are saying, listen, we conceded the first goal as well at home to Brighton. See how I keep the same energy, Slot or Klopp? I'm not blaming Slot for that. I blame individuals.
so
Virgil
Klopp
van Dijk was at fault
was
for that.
no fault for anything last season.
No, I can't blame Klopp because we were top of the league.
Wow.
We were top of the league playing that same exact brand of football, bro. The same exact brand. Nothing changed. The only difference from February until May was the amount of chances we missed in front of goal. The 3, and I'll repeat this again, the 3 games where the title was over. Crystal Palace, Manchester City, Manchester United. Those are the 3 games where we lost the league. Anything after that, the players gave up for me, so I don't even count that. Those 3 games right there, we had more possession against Manchester City. So much for a guy that has no tactics. We had more possession against Manchester City, more shots on target, more dangerous chances. Luis Diaz looked at Ortega in the face and shot it at the corner flag. Man United away from home, no tactics. Klopp would have had us 5-0 up in the first half alone if the players were capable of taking their chances. Crystal Palace, we missed 6 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities in that game. So okay, today we're playing Leverkusen. If Nunes misses 3 1-on-1s, Salah misses 2 1-on-1s, and Diaz misses 2 1-on-1s, am I going to sit up here and go like, this is Slot's fault?
If there's no control in the game, then yeah, he does take a portion of the blame.
But that's how he's always played, though, Callum.
No,
Klopp
doesn't get full blame. Klopp doesn't get full blame, but to say he gets no blame for me is too far.
I put 75% on the forward, literally.
And he burnt players out as well. He burnt players out.
The thing
Listen,
is, when it is too common...
There were people yesterday when we were 1-0 down against Brighton who were in my comment section talking about we're tired. Like, please, it's November, you know? So this whole fatigue thing, I think, is overused. These players are fit. They can play football.
It's not.
Listen, you guys are doing
revisionism. All right, I'll use McAllister as an example, right? Was at Brighton, went to the World Cup mid-season, came back, played a full season for Brighton, then signed for Liverpool in the most intense team in the league, playing as number 6 in a single pivot. Then, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he go to the Euros? Not the Euros, so Copa America. Went all the way, won that, come back, had virtually no pre-season, is then thrust into the Liverpool team, again, playing virtually every single game. That guy's going to be tired. Gravenberch, before this season, for 2 years prior, barely played any football. That's like me going to the gym after 2 years and just going for the heaviest weights. Eventually, my body's going to say, no, you need to chill out. You need to slow down. That's Gravenberch right now. You're starting to see him get a bit leggy. Trent has done so much running for a 25-year-old. It's crazy. Salah's done bare running. Salah's a unicorn, though, because I don't know. I think Salah was built in Area 51. Just my personal thoughts. I'm not accusing anyone of anything here. But you are starting to see fatigue amongst some of the players. Like, it's natural. The problem I have is Slot, in my opinion, doesn't fully trust a lot of the members in the squad, so we can't fully rotate yet. That's where FSG come in, and that's where I'm hoping they actually pull their finger out, give them some funds, and we go and get some players in January. Because I tell you this straight, if we don't sign anyone in January, we're going to be sitting there looking at a missed opportunity, because this is the best opportunity we're going to have to win the league, maybe for a couple of years. Because Chelsea are going to spend again in the summer. God knows what Man City, how many rules they're going to break to sign some players again. Man United, they're a sleeping giant. We still don't know if they'll be back or not. And if Arteta's there now with the control he's going to have with Edu, he's going to spend another 800 million trying to get an FA Cup. So it's going to become harder.
Okay. I understand what you're saying in terms of style of play, but that's the same style of play that had people talking about a quadruple in January after we beat Arsenal 3-0 at the Emirates. Now, my issue with this football club will remain the same. I always look at the root cause. When you go to the dentist and you tell them your teeth hurt, they don't just take out the filling and then just put another filling in. No, they go take out the root canal so you don't feel pain anymore. The problem with this football club remains the same. The people upstairs. Now, everything that we said about Klopp regarding him not wanting to sign a midfielder, him showing loyalty towards the players, everything was debunked last summer. This summer that just happened. Slot has no loyalty towards any of these players. He did not walk into Michael Edwards or Hughes' offices and went like, yo, just get me Zubimendi or no one. He has no loyalty towards any of these guys whatsoever. I doubt that he wanted himself Chiesa to begin with. And we have let Arne Slot down. The same people that let Klopp down are the same people that let Arne Slot down are the same people that will let the guy after that down. And this is where the issue lies. We're sat here right now. Our two best players this season, most people agree, I'm not going to speak for you both, most people agree are probably Mo and Virgil. Both of these guys we bought 8 years ago. Do you think that is a sustainable way of operating as a big institution? No, it's not. You look at Manchester City. Let me land, Tom. Let me land. You look at Manchester City. Their best player, Erling Haaland, was bought 2 years ago.
Kevin De Bruyne was bought 9 years ago.
Let me speak. Rodri was bought 4 years ago, or something like that. And the players that they're buying in as of late, as of these last 2 years, are not amazing or incredible, but have considerable contributions to the team, meaning that they contribute in big moments. In the treble season from 2 years ago, a lot of people would argue their best player was Gundogan. Like that's, and this is where the issue lies. I can't.
Gundogan joined City before we signed Salah.
Let me say the final statement. The issue is 8 years down the line from when Jurgen Klopp first signed, our best players now in 2024 is a centre back we bought in 2017 and a winger we bought in 2017. That is not a recipe for success. And now that it's a new manager, no one can use the loyalty tag anymore. So we know what the real issue is.
Right. Why can you not use a loyalty tag?
Hold on, Cal. Hold on.
Loyalty tag on Arne Slot? How?
I want to ask Husam a question.
You think Slot is loyal to these players?
I just don't think he wanted to sell players without looking at them. I didn't agree with the approach either, by the way. I was ready to cut ties with a lot of players, but let's not act like Klopp didn't have the power to buy who he wanted over the last few years. Like,
he became our director of football. He was running the football club.
Hold on, he signed your guy, Husam. Your guy.
Who?
Darwin Núñez. Handpicked.
You call that my guy now?
It's your guy, bro. He must be. If you're saying Klopp did nothing wrong.
No, I never said Klopp did nothing wrong. See how you're putting words in my mouth? That's why you should think before you speak. That's why you said FSG until the day I die. That's exactly why I said that. Because you're putting words in people's mouth.
Let me remind you guys, that summer we signed Calvin Ramsey when we needed to go and get a right back who can compete with Trent straight away, or you might as well have just waited on Conor Bradley. Made no sense. You signed Fabio Carvalho, who people told me was the next Coutinho or who'd play false nine like Bobby Firmino. When I said he's not going to be physically ready for the Premier League and he's not ready for Liverpool because we don't play with a number 10 and he's not a left winger, I got laughed at. Where did he play? Left wing, and then was barely seen after that. And we bought Darwin Núñez, who, because he had a couple of good games against us in the Champions League, we purchased him because Klopp didn't really believe in that scout. And
That's
because we
Klopp's
were
fault. When have I ever denied this?
No, but I'm saying so.
You're saying nothing. You're saying I don't blame Klopp for anything. That's not true. I don't not blame Klopp for anything. I literally said last season, yes, he is to blame a little bit for us not winning the league title. But if you were to tell me right now who's massively to blame, I'd still go by the forwards, 100%.
But the forwards that Klopp bought.
But defensively,
Diaz,
structural-wise, defensively,
Núñez.
we were conceding too many goals for it to be sustainable.
That as well. I mean, I went to grab the defensive stats whilst you were talking. First 50. I've only gone first 15 games of the season because I couldn't be bothered going to find the last 8 games or whatever. For Arne Slot's first 15 games, 8 clean sheets, and out of the 15 games, we only conceded first in 4 of them. One of them being an own goal in a cup game, which we were on to win 5-1. For context, last season under Jurgen Klopp, he only got 4 clean sheets in the first 15 games, with 3 of them being in the Europa League, whilst 3 of Arne Slot's have been in the Champions League. Out of the 15 games that we used at the start of last season, we conceded the first goal in 8 of them. That's part of the problem. But I want to touch back very quickly.
Can you apply the context now, or are you just going to do context for Slot?
What context is needed for
context is we had 4 red cards in the first 8 games of the season, so we played with 10 men for 4 of these games.
4 red cards.
We were robbed away at Spurs. That's another context that you forgot to add. The third thing is we went in the Europa League. We were playing against lower quality opposition with our bench team. In the Champions League, you take it more seriously, so you're playing your starters.
Then we'll find our starting.
That's the context right there. And by the way, listen, when it comes to Klopp, no one's going to sit up here and credit Klopp for his defensive style. We already know from when you first hired him. Heavy metal football. He told you, bro. Heavy metal football.
We weren't playing heavy metal in the last couple of years. We were playing Linda's football. It was
I would say last season we had the highest XG in the whole league. That's heavy metal.
This season we've got the 3rd highest, though.
Yeah.
Linda's was the one that said
this isn't heavy metal football.
We're playing Linda's ball.
Did you just call slot ball heavy metal football, Tom?
No. Your point was we had the highest XG in the league last season. We've got the 3rd highest this season by point, and we're not that far off top. But we are not playing heavy metal football. So it's not. Yeah. We didn't have the highest XG because of heavy metal football. We didn't. We were not playing the Jurgen Klopp football from 18-19, 19-20. We weren't.
Yeah, and at the same time, we don't have a player of the quality of Firmino, or a player of the quality of Mane, or a player of the quality of any of these players.
But we were doing something so different to them.
Even striker Mane from the quadruple charge season would have been better than any of the forwards we had last.
That team, you were starting to see the influence of Linda's.
Darwin Núñez had 47 big chances missed and 13 scored. And you sit up here and you blame the manager. Have some shame.
Everyone deserves blame for how last season went.
Yeah, but I've already given my percentages. I think Klopp is like 20% to blame and 80% is on the players.
I want to go back before we carry on. I want to go back to what you were saying before about how it's wrong that Salah and Van Dijk are our best players now. And you mentioned City, which you conveniently ignored the fact that Kevin De Bruyne has been there longer than both Salah and Van Dijk have been, and he's been.
When's the last time KDB was City's best player?
When he came back from injury last season.
No, in our quadruple charge year was the last time he was their best player. He even won PFA Player of the Year that year. No, actually, he was second to Mo.
But that last season when he came back from injury, he was their best player.
Yeah, and that's why Rodri won Ballon d'Or.
Yes, because Rodri played the full fucking season.
Rodri was their best player last season.
Yeah, I think Rodri was the best player, but Kevin De Bruyne was definitely impactful when he came back from injury, like massively impactful.
He got 11 assists in 10 games back.
Oh, no, I know Kevin De Bruyne is a fantastic player, but Rodri was their best.
But to go back to our point, so you think it's wrong that Virgil van Dijk is our best defender, at this point in time. It's been 8 years after he signed. It's wrong that he's our best defender. What defender in world football is better than Virgil van Dijk?
See how he twists my word? You should be a yoga instructor, the way you twist people's words.
I did not
never
say
said it's
anything
wrong.
different to what you said.
I never said it's wrong, and you can go back check VAR. I never said it's wrong that Virgil van Dijk was our best defender. I said it's wrong that Virgil and Mo are our two best players 8 years after we've bought them.
Okay, but if Virgil van Dijk is the best centre-back in the world, how is it wrong that he's one of our best players? If Mo Salah is the best right winger in the world, how is it wrong that he's one of our best players? If they are still the best in the world in their positions, I cannot go out and buy someone who is better than them by virtue.
You know what?
Let me
jump back on the fence.
I'd agree, but they are still the best in the world in their positions.
Let me jump back on the fence because everything Tom's saying is right. But am I right in saying, Husam, that you're saying even though they're the best players in the world, the issue you have is there aren't other players in the team who are at their level or getting to their level because we haven't invested.
Thank you. Someone who can interpret information.
No, but that means you're both right then. It means you're both right. Tom's right in saying that Virgil and Salah are still going to be our best players because they're the two best players in the world in their positions. But you're also right in the sense that we haven't addressed these things. We haven't replaced Mane properly. We haven't replaced probably Genie Wijnaldum properly. We haven't replaced some of these players. Fabinho hasn't been replaced properly.
How did this whole argument start? Callum started it, by the way. What did he say? We're over-reliant on Salah.
I'm getting dashed under the bus again.
No, you're not getting crashed on. I'm actually giving you praise because you said something that's true. You said we're over-reliant on Salah, which is true.
Yeah, from an
is that
attacking
acceptable
standpoint.
8 years later?
But again, I don't. All right, so this is where I can't believe you're making me do this. I can't blame FSG wholly for the attack situation. Because hear me out.
They've bought attackers.
They bought attackers. So since we bought Salah, if I'm not mistaken, I'll go through the attackers I think that we've purchased. We bought Minamino, Shaqiri, Jota, Diaz, Nunes, Gakpo, Chiesa. So we bought 7 attackers since we purchased Salah.
Trying to think of anyone else.
I don't know I don't know if I'm missing anyone else.
Don't think. Did you include Chiesa as well?
I got Chiesa. He's number 7. So if we spent all that money on attackers and they're not delivering, and again, I'm not even trying to start any problems here with anyone in the chat or anything, but when we signed Gakpo, I said, for me, it doesn't really make sense. I think we could have gone and got someone a bit more productive and a bit better for the league. Darwin Núñez, I said, I don't think will work because he looks like a player who will do well against the high line, but we don't play against high lines. Fabio Carvalho, we can throw in there as well. He's quote unquote an attacker. Like, we spent a lot of money on attackers. He's been given a lot of money for attackers. Can FSG be solely blamed for the attacking situation?
Okay, but I'll tell you something. I'm not blaming solely FSG or solely Klopp or solely the players. Look, Klopp has shown that he has expensive taste. The guy wanted Mbappe, he wanted Bellingham, he wanted Caicedo, he wanted Chouameni, he wanted the best of the best. From Klopp's perspective, I understand why he was loyal. I'm not saying he was right or wrong. I simply understand it because in his mind, if I'm going to go get Chouameni to improve my team, my next option can't be some random shit player that no one's ever heard of to come improve this team right here because we're trying to win a league title, trying to win a Champions League. That's the part that I understand where Klopp is coming from. But it doesn't make it right. Was Klopp too loyal? 100%. Is Klopp to blame? 100%. Not 100% though. Because other managers, and this is where you have to add the context, are allowed to make a mistake and rectify it the summer after. When Klopp clearly made a mistake with Núñez, we haven't still rectified that mistake till this day because we aren't that club that if someone doesn't work out, a year later go buy someone else. We're not that type of club. That's why maybe he was forced into being this loyal towards.
Hold on. 6 months later, he bought Gakpo to play false 9.
Yes, I remember we bought Gakpo.
So that was it. So that was rectifying his mistake.
But that was more of like a. That was more like of a Mane replacement.
No, but you can't now.
Diaz was the Mane replacement.
Diaz was your Mane
Diaz
replacement.
and Mane played together.
He was the replacement because we knew Mane was leaving in the summer. Mane made that clear.
Yes, but everyone understands my point, right? The loyalty was there because he wasn't allowed to rectify his own mistake.
We're meant to sign
Yeah,
Diaz.
he
as a
wasn't allowed
sub, but
to exercise
he
on
got
the
brought
stick.
forward.
Okay, guys, I imagined it. Klopp didn't want Bellingham. He didn't want Mbappe. He didn't want Chouameni. He didn't want any of these players. All the shit is just made up
I'll
in
go
the
the other way.
No, you're right. He did want those players. He did. He absolutely did. But
Okay,
where
so
did
if we did sign all these players, then what? What if Chouameni, Bellingham, Caicedo were all Liverpool
Fucking hell.
players?
We turn off
Alex
the
Ferguson-
PlayStation.
Alex Ferguson
Fucking
wanted
hell.
Ronaldinho. He wanted Zidane. He wanted all these players. He didn't get them. Didn't mean he still didn't like move on. And like we're acting like Chouameni, Mbappe, and Bellingham turned us down for like a basic team or a team that's on our level. Like at the time, Real Madrid were above us.
Yes,
They're
and
better than
still
us.
are right
Still are.
now.
So they're choosing the best.
The
team in
problem
world.
always was it was first choice or no choice.
That's yeah.
How are you saying that's a problem when you said you agree with the club doing plannings only?
Because
Huh?
Sam,
One day Muslim, one day
because-
Christian. That's you. That's your
because
name.
okay, right. I don't get to say my point. Okay, look who was running the football club back then, and look who's running the football club now. There is an
Now you want
element
to do
of trust.
context, motherfucker.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've done context the whole time through. Just it's context you don't like because it goes against you. Look at who's running the football club now. People who I have an element of trust in. Look who was running the football club when we were after Chouameni. Julian fucking Ward,
Yeah, and who's running the football club now that's so amazing?
Michael Edwards.
Yeah, Mo Salah can sign a pre-contract with a different football club in a month. Van Dijk can do the same. Trent
Yeah.
can do the same. We have signed Federico Chiesa with no knees. We spent the whole summer assessing the squad and signed no one. Wow, what a incredible planning there by the great Michael Edwards.
So how are we How are we holding it against this regime?
See how he
for
chooses
for
who to blame?
mistakes? No. Why are we holding it?
By using
why
your
are we
logic,
holding-
it's Slot's fault. Then.
Why are we holding the mistakes of the contracts for the past 2 years over the people who've been here for 4 fucking months?
Oh,
That's a fantastic question. Michael Edwards' first thing, if I'm in his place, first thing I do is give Mo Salah a contract extension. First day. The day after, I'd give Van Dijk a contract extension. Day after, I'd give Trent a contract extension.
Okay. Contracts don't get done in a
Mo
day.
came out at Old Trafford, did an interview and said, no one from the club has spoken to me. And I'm supposed to act like no one at the club is at fault for that?
no, obviously that's an issue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Callum.
That's
Someone
fine.
with sense.
But you're sitting there going, the first day I'm there, he gets a new deal. There's got to be an element of understanding. Right now, let's be very honest, we all know that Salah, Van Dijk and Trent, as they are entirely entitled to, are looking for the best deal for themselves. They're looking to bring as much money in and to get as good a deal in terms of contract length and bonuses and this, that, and the other for themselves. That is what they're doing. That is how negotiations work. We want the best deal for us. They want the best deal for them. If we went in on the first fucking day of negotiations and someone went, okay, you can have it. Best believe half the fucking squad are walking to the door the next day going, I want a new deal.
Yeah, but that's
I
what
want
Mo
one.
deserves. Mo deserves to have a blank check, sign how much
Right, okay. Yes, as fans, that's what he deserves. But that's not how a logical football club runs, for Sam. And you know that better than I do.
Actually, that is how a logical football club runs, and I'll tell you why.
They did
Mo
that
cannot.
right.
Mo, however, Tom, you're leaning back. That's how I know I'm right. Whenever you lean forward or lean back.
David De Gea got to do that at Man United, and look at what that fucking led to.
Okay.
Look how fucked their wage bill was.
Here's the thing that you need to understand, Tom. Us going to the transfer window and getting a Mo replacement is 500 times more expensive than just giving a guy a fucking contract.
Yeah.
Regardless how much per week you want to pay him.
Disagree.
Okay, so that's why even logically, from a financial perspective, Mr. Accountant, it's better for us to extend Mo's contract.
No, but you've went down Avenue A when I was pushing you down Avenue B of yes, Mo Salah deserves that money.
Yeah, but you know why? Because I'm press resistant. I'm Gravenberg, baby. You're Soboslai. You're just running.
No, because being press resistant isn't run the other fucking way. You went down the avenue of me of ignoring where I said yes, but if you give Salah everything he wants at the first possible opportunity, Trent, Van Dijk, Alisson, who else is due a contract? Diaz, Konate, all of them have contracts up within the next 12 to 18 months type thing. All go to the door and go, that's what I want. And then I have all the power now because you caved at the first possible opportunity for him.
Who can knock on Michael Edwards' door and ask for what Mo asks for? Give me names.
Van Dijk can.
Okay, and?
Alisson can.
Okay, and
Trent will do.
End of list.
No,
Stop it.
Trent will do.
So the best goalkeeper in the world, the best centre back in the world, and the best winger in the world all want a whole lot of money. Wow.
Because now you're missing the next step. So they all go on to 350, 400 grand a week. So what do the next echelon of players go on to? The likes of your Canate,
but they're
who
not the
aren't
next
on that
level. They're 10 levels below that.
No, but they're not.
But Tom, from what I've been told, Virgil's good staying on same or similar money to what he's on. Trent's the one who's looking for a big pay increase, but you've made him vice captain and you've made him the star boy of the club. So again, that was bound to happen. I don't think Mo's asking for a crazy amount more. I think it's the length of contract that the snag is with Mo and Virgil.
I have no idea what the holdups are or what the issues are. I'm just going off how it is at the minute, and that is all three haven't signed new deals for whatever reason that is. If it's length of contract, they're all dickheads because Mohamed Salah will last longer than 3 years, and even if he doesn't, there's always an option of Saudi money.
Oh, Tom actually blames the club instead of club.
My thing on the contract, Tom, I agree with you.
I don't know what the problem is.
So I agree with you in the sense that Edwards and Hughes have taken on a problem that was created by the previous regime. Like their contract should have been sorted last year summer, not last year summer, not this year summer. But because they're here now, it's part of their job. The fact that they didn't address them at all in the summer, given that they only signed one player, it's not like they were busy signing 4 or 5 players where you can go, you know, they were really busy doing that. The fact that they only signed one player and still after that weren't able to even sit down with them and say, look, this is what we're thinking. Where's your head at with this? Is bad management in so many ways. You're looking at a situation where we're in November now. I think I said on here, I was like, if we get to November and there's no new contract signs, I'm really worried. We've effectively got a month and a half to sort these contracts out. If we don't sort these contracts out in a month and a half, Mo, Trent, and Virgil's agents are going to go, Real Madrid are saying they're going to pay you X amount. They're going to give you the contract length you want. It's guaranteed Champions League football every season, and it's pretty much guaranteed league if you three sign for Real Madrid. If it's not Real Madrid, PSG is still going to be there. If it's not PSG, Barcelona will find some sort of money, whether they sell half their stadium to Apple Music or whoever this time, and they will find a way. Teams will move heaven and earth and move mountains to sign these 3 players. Liverpool Football Club, because of the situation we're in, because we're a team that doesn't like to spend frivolously, because we're a team that doesn't like to invest in the squad properly over a sustained period, we've put ourselves in this situation. So if you're going to put yourself in a situation, you've got to be able to get yourself out of the situation. Because Husam's right. To go and get a Salah replacement, you're looking at upwards of 100 mil. To get a Virgil replacement, you're looking upwards of 80 mil. And to get a Trent replacement, you're looking upwards of 50 mil. We ain't spending that sort of money, especially when we need to sort out centre back, left back, DM, and attack. That's my worry with this. So, like, with all due respect to Edwards and Hughes, yeah, they've been brought into a problem. They're making good money to deal with this problem. Deal with this problem. You get the way you negate all of this, you get Virgil and Trent's contract signed, and then you go, Salah, look, these are what these guys are on. You're on 350 at the moment. We get your age, but we view you as a unicorn. Slots come out and said it already that age isn't a problem for Salah because he's still producing the numbers. You go, can we give you 400k? You still get your bonuses, etc. So we're giving you a 50k bump. We give you 2 years extension plus 1 year option. For me, it's that simple. If the club can't do that, then respectfully to Richard Hughes, he shouldn't be at the club.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And the reason I say
wasn't my argument.
No, I know it wasn't. But the reason I say he shouldn't be at the club is because Salah, Virgil, and Trent have all come out and said they want to stay. It's not like they're going.
Is Trent said he wants to stay?
Trent, do you know what? That's the point. Trent might not have said it outwardly.
Trent's been sly about it. He said I want to stay this year. That's all he said.
He has. But I tell you what.
The other two, the other two want to stay 100%. But Trent's been the one who's
and the key in what Cal said is the following. Let's assume both of them want 400 grand a week. I'm gonna give you that argument. Let's assume they want but I'm saying let's assume they want 400 grand a week and 3-year extension. Okay, we give it to them. How much will that cost over the next 2-3 years compared to go sign a Van Dijk replacement, go sign a Mo replacement? Yeah, good luck. Brian Mbuemo is going to be the club solution.
That was never my argument, though. my argument hasn't been it's more cost effective to get rid of Salah and buy a replacement. No, my argument has been the way the football club runs itself, they cannot go and give 2 or 3 players. They cannot give into 2 or 3 players demand straight away when they have a number of players who are seen to be important pieces for the next 5 years due for their big contracts coming up. Because if you give Virgil van Dijk 400 grand a week, I'm not saying Canate walks into that room and goes, I want 400 grand a week. But he goes, I'm a tier below Van Dijk. I'm not on the top earner level of the football club. But I am the second level below. I am ready to, when Virgil van Dijk moves on, to step up into that mould. So I want to be paid 250 grand a week, 300 grand a week, because it's a lot less than what the top earners are on. So it puts me in the next bracket below. And all of a sudden, we're paying fucking Diaz 300 grand a week, 250 grand a week. We're paying Canate 250 grand a week.
Yeah, but we gave Mo a contract extension 2 years ago. Remember when the whole Saudi thing was happening as well 2 years ago? And Diaz and Gakpo and whoever are not asking for more money because the delivery is not there. This is the thing.
I never said that.
Yes, I understand.
I said they're not going to ask for that money.
People speak. You need to let people speak because you're getting rattled. Because you know you've been destroyed on this argument. When it comes to these players, they understand. Did you see the way Nunes celebrated that Mo goal? He's like, man, I dream of one day being able to execute that finish. That's what Nunes was saying in his mind.
He scored a
there
goal,
are levels to this game. Manchester City players who have had significant contributions to them winning 4 in a row are not knocking on cheeky Bergestan's door wanting Kevin De Bruyne money or even close to it or even a tier below it, because they understand that difference makers at football club get paid a lot more. Meaning, if I'm in Konate's place, or if I'm in McAllister's place, or if I'm in any of these players' place who are just a tier below in terms of our squad, you need to understand that Virgil and Mo are the reason why this team are at that level right now, which is why they deserve higher money than these players. And that's my point. Now, enough arguing about contracts.
I never said that, though. I never said that.
You never said that, but regardless, you've been debunked. Let me just do these super chats and then we're going to carry on with the stream. You get me? Big up to all of you guys. 600 people locked in. Tom is going to tell us why Xabi Alonso is not a Liverpool legend in the next segment. So please, every single one of you guys, hit the like button. Let's get 200 likes at least. Every single one of you guys right now, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also, Tom Little's channel is in the description. And Kopish is in the description. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to these guys' channels. But let's at least get 200 likes. Yalla, habibis. Everyone, please hit the likes and subscribe. We're going to be looking at Leverkusen as well next. So, yeah. Big up to my guy, Aiden, who says, snitched on Cal, shaking my head. Hey, we're not going to sit up here and act like I'm the only YouTuber in history who had an emotional reaction to something. You know, I'll be honest with you, slot out is not as bad as FSG into the day I die. That's 100 times worse. I'm just saying.
Nice. Slot out's worse because he didn't even get a chance with you.
He hadn't even actually officially signed at this point. I don't think
he hadn't even worn the tracksuit yet.
Yeah, but at least I listen. It is what it is. In it, we're both emotional at the time. Big up to you, Aiden. Big up to Ed who says crack is a hell of a drug. Huang, for real, come on. Listen, in January I was giving up on Diaz. I just had enough of his shit. Every game, dribble, do nothing. I just gave up. Now we have established.
Did we not establish how many goals Huang scored in the second half of the season, though?
Doesn't matter. He was better than Diaz last year.
No, but he scored 2 goals. He would have been.
Yeah, Diaz scored 6 all season. Huang scored twice for Wolves. Listen, I'm gonna die on that hill anyway. What made Klopp great is that he knew he had to go. Is what one in Le Million says.
Oh yeah.
Listen, he said he was tired, and now he is running football clubs. So fair enough. Big up to Danny up the Reds who says if we sign Tony, we win the league. Fraud. You're saying fraud, but the revisionism on Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz makes me want to vomit because you guys make me sick. The last 6 months of last year, Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez were dropping stinkers on a weekly fucking basis. Let's stop lying now. Okay.
I actually agree with that statement, by the way.
Thank you.
I do think if Tony come,
can I just give another one of Husam's takes? The conveniently forgot to mention earlier. You know, we wanted Jose Mourinho to replace Klopp.
Wanted Thomas Tuchel.
He wanted Jose Mourinho to replace
Thomas Tuchel, who had his worst ever Bayern Munich finish in history. That's who he wanted to replace Jurgen Klopp. What did I say with Mourinho? Give the context. Fraud. You wanted Tuchel to be there all the time. I said Give Mourinho a 1-year short-term contract because we already have world-class players, and the year after get Xabi Alonso. How's that a bad idea? Exactly. Fraud.
Because
Big
it's
up
a year
Ed.
of Jose Mourinho.
Okay, Callum. Which one's worse? Tuchel for the long term or
never even said Tuchel,
Mourinho
by the
for a
way.
year and get Xabi in the summer? Be honest.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm probably taking Tuchel over Mourinho for 1 year.
Oh. You're taking Thomas Tuchel over only 1 year of Mourinho and getting
Do you know
Xabi Alonso
the
summer.
damage that Mourinho could do in 1 year?
If
You know
Mourinho
the
was here
damage
for a
that
year,
Tuchel
Salah
could
doesn't
do in
stay.
1 year.
You do
No,
right.
but
If
we can
Mourinho
still-
comes in,
we can
Salah's
still
gone.
sack Tuchel.
Tuchel is expired goods, I'm telling you right now. Anyway, big up to Ed who says I love Klopp, but he ran he ran a lot of our players into the ground. He's still one of the best managers, but he's not free of criticism. He's human, not no god. I agree with you. I'm not saying he's 0% to blame, you guys. I'm just not saying he's the biggest thing.
Klopp is my favorite manager of all time. For the record.
Yeah.
But I criticize everyone if they deserve it.
100%. All I'm saying is the forwards were to blame last season. Big up to you, Ed. Big up to one in Lamillion again says, why don't we talk about managers like players? Klopp was past his prime and that's okay. Klopp was delegating more to Pep and hiring his buddy. Here's the thing. I understand the frustration with the Pep.
Oh my God, Schumacher.
We did a book club, a Pep Linders book club. Yet me, Tom was on it, where we read 100 pages every day and we discussed it for an international break. So I understand what you're saying. Yes, the Pep Linders thing is very frustrating. But the truth of the matter is, I still believe, even with everything last season, we could have ended up being league champions. All I'm saying is there are individuals for me are bigger to blame than Klopp. That doesn't mean Klopp is 0 to blame. Big up to Gregory who says, this is disturbing. You lot deserve Roy Hodgson. That's the thing. Tom didn't survive the Roy Hodgson era. That's why he feels so comfortable. You are 5.
Sorry, Gregory, but bro, come on. So what? We criticize, we deserve the absolute worst. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Bloody hell, that is just going from one extreme to the other. Gregory, bro. Come on, man.
My guy. So I love Greece. Big up to you, Gregory. Kick them while they're down, as I'm destroying them both every single stream. Big up to Chomberg says, you cannot replace Salah. You can't. You know who can replace Salah? Vinicius Jr. You know, Rodrigo. Players of that ilk. Hell, even Bukayo Saka. Are we going to get any of them? No. Who are we going to get? Brian Mbeumo, ladies and gentlemen. That's why give him a contract extension.
On Mbeumo's name.
If Mo Salah wants a personal chef at his house, get it to him. If he wants a chauffeur to drive him to training, get it to him. If he wants a second wife, find him a second wife. I don't care. Get him whatever the hell he wants. Give him the keys to Anfield. Give him anything he wants because he has earned that shit. Mo Salah this season, I went back and I counted. Out of the 13 Premier League and Champions League games, he was responsible for us getting points in 9 out of 13.
Yeah.
9.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to name them? I can name them. Ipswich, Brentford, Manchester United, Leipzig, Bologna in the Champions League, Arsenal, Chelsea, Wolves, and I'm leaving out one game that I forgot, but it's actually 9. I swear I counted it yesterday. So
yeah, he's got something like 12 GA so far, 11 GA in the league or something like that.
Fact. Tom and Callum 1, Husam 0. By the way, when you gonna get to bring us for our academy talent, this is never gonna stop Tom's kids in the academy and stuff. Big up to Tom's kids, man.
I'm an ambassador for the academy as well, by the way.
But you don't know the context about this?
Oh no.
Remember when we had our on last season where we were playing Bobby Clark and players like that?
Apparently, I look like every academy kid that came through last season.
DJ McConnell, Ben Doak.
So everyone made the
decision.
So
Ed started something that these are all Tom's secret kids, basically.
These guys are older than Tom or the same age, though, now.
Yeah, that's what makes it funny. Big up Tom's kids. Big up to you, Ed. Big up to Afik, who says, I have a feeling that the new management is just happy at top 4 and not winning anything. It decided that this team is good enough without Mo, Van Dijk, and Trent. If we lose all 3, I'm gonna pathway from hell
You're
reaction.
not going to lose all three.
I will personally
you're not gonna
fund a
lose all
plane
three.
to fly over Anfield. I will personally fund it. I'm not even gonna do GoFundMe. I'll just pay for the damn thing myself. I'm gonna go on a pathway from hell. I will make big up John O'Sullivan and I'll make Corbally Red my partner. I'm gonna pay that guy money. We'll bring him on every day just so we can have a shit on FSG daily live. You get me? Because I'm gonna destroy those motherfuckers. I'm gonna ruin John W. Henry life.
Not top
Telling
14
you right now. Bad PR. Get ready. Big up to Vin who says, not gonna lie, we have to change the name of the show to Husam and Tom Therapy with mediator Cal. I cannot believe Cal chose multiple years of Tuchel over 1 year of Mourinho with Xabi at the end of it. That's the worst. That's the worst thing you ever said.
I can't believe you even remotely thought. Do you know that you're old enough to know what Mourinho was?
Yes,
As fans and
Yes.
what he is today.
Hassam, you know that if Mourinho would come in, even if just for a year, Salah's gone. Salah doesn't stay. Salah hates Mourinho.
says
So
who?
says
What?
him.
That's like 10 years ago when Salah was like 18. Have some shame. Have some
What?
shame.
So Mourinho now is all Liverpool double, is he?
Yeah, he said he's different now. He's hugging people and shit. He already said
Oh,
it.
please.
He said it
yeah.
in the
Fucking
podcast.
hell.
interview. Big up to
Fucking
Liam who says
hell.
best midfield on form. Johns, Soboslai, Gravenberg. Remove
McAllister still
Soboslai,
makes
you're
you
correct.
no, but McAllister still makes you best midfield. He's just had
Yeah,
2 bad
McAllister.
games.
No, but on form at the moment, Mac has to drop out because he's not playing well at the moment.
So you think Soboslai has been better on form than McAllister?
I never said that. But who else?
Okay,
can
so
we play-
Soboslai is in the super chat then. Remove
no,
him.
but who else can we play in the 10? Because he's not.
I
gonna
mean,
play Mac in the 10.
ironically, your best midfield on form at the minute is Endo, Gravenberch, Jones, because none of them had bad games when they played.
Yeah. That'd be stinky.
Oh, God. This is who
It's
you
the
team up
workman
with, Cal.
midfield. Everyone runs
This is who
around.
you team up with, Cal. Man said Endo, the guy who couldn't make the pass forward to Nunez at the Emirates.
Oh,
Let me
that's
not
Hey,
forget about
did
that.
you not see? Did you not see his 20 minutes against Crystal Palace? Okay, not Palace,
Dragging
fucking
shirts.
Brighton.
You know, when I visit the UK, inshallah, one day and come to Anfield, I need to host a UFC fight, me and you, for charity. I just want to just punch the shit out of you just one time so I can go back to loving you again. Big up to Akia who says the disrespect to Klopp is crazy. What did that man have to do to win people's respect? Dealing with FSG is like having your hands tied behind your back. Also, if we lose Mo, I fear for Slaughter. 100%.
What
I agree with
disrespect? Can anyone in the chat, Aquia, can you name me anything me or Tom said that was disrespectful to Klopp, please? Anything at all?
All my
You, I
disrespect
don't
was
think
aimed
you have
towards Pep
disrespect
Linders,
to
by
Klopp.
the
This
way.
guy does it on a regular, though. He was Klopp out. He wanted Tuchel to replace Klopp. So, yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
never.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, Klopp out was kind of bad.
There is a reason every
you
United
just say
fan
I
has been
never?
clowning me. There is a reason every United
say
fan
I
has been
never?
clowning me. There is a reason every United
But,
fan has been clowning.
I don't know who to go to first. I'm going to go to you, Tom, as Liverpool got smacked up today. What are you saying?
It's okay, Tom.
Jürgen, mate, I love you, but it's time to go. I think this is what it's.
3-0, Wolves, Liverpool.
Well,
Jürgen, mate,
I never
I love
said.
you, but it's
I
time to
never
go.
said I didn't
And
say.
then the next was Sam
Yeah,
X Tom Little.
Tom.
Who do you want, Tom? Thomas Tuchel. That's who I
No,
want.
Never said that. Never
I'll
said
go
that.
back and I'll find the fucking clip.
Tom.
Stop
Never
it.
said that.
Imagine the club actually listened to Tom Little. We'd have Thomas Tuchel as manager.
That wasn't last season. That was the season before when that.
Yeah. He wasn't even
Yeah,
out
yeah.
last season. He was the year before as well. Our first bad year. Our first bad year.
Whole season, bro.
Yes, that was Wolves away 3-0.
Oh,
And
bro.
he wanted Tuchel to replace him. He wanted Mason Mount. He wanted Jake Decore. He wanted Fabio Carvalho and Elliott as the 2 8s in the club midfield. That's who you team up with, brother. And speaking of, there's something that Tom wanted to talk about as we're going to talk about Leverkusen. Guys, let's get the likes up. 250 likes. Every single one of you guys right now. Please
Can
hit
we
like
listen to the chat as well? We're asking for the slot out clip just so we can be balanced.
No, but we're not going to be balanced because you're in my own backyard. Now, guys, like and subscribe. So
He's
Tom
so
says Xabi
shameless.
Alonso is not a Liverpool legend. So talk to me about that, Tom, and Liverpool versus Leverkusen.
He's not a Liverpool legend, though. I don't know why it's mad to say that. Because the bar to be a Liverpool legend is much higher than most other clubs.
Go ahead, explain it. Don't just say three words and be quiet.
No, that's simple. Though. Like Look at the standard of legend at this football club. Kenny Dalglish, Graham Souness, Phil Neal, Ian Callaghan, Roger Hunt, Ian St. John, Ron Yeats, Alan Hansen. Even if you're going out of the team that's just been and gone, which is the best Liverpool team since the 80s, I only have 3 legends from it.
Who are the 3 legends?
Van Dijk, Salah, and Alisson.
No one else.
Steven Gerrard?
Because Steven Gerrard played for Jurgen Klopp, didn't he?
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear that part.
So Mane's not a Liverpool legend.
No, I have a high bar for it. I have a high bar for it. I have a high bar for it. I have a high bar for it.
All right,
I have a high bar.
Tom, it's just me and you now. Forget about Husam. You're gonna get clipped up for this. I was trying to save you, bro. You're gonna get clipped up. There are different tiers to legendary status.
This is where we disagree. But carry on. This is where we disagree.
Kenny, Gerrard, Barnes, Salah's now in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys sit at the elite of the elite table.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you still can't have different tiers in the legend status. So, for example, Luis Suarez is a footballing legend, but I don't know if he's a Liverpool legend because he wasn't at the club long enough to be a Liverpool legend. But he's a footballing legend.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of talent, he sits at the top table. But as a legend for the club, I agree with that. Xabi Alonso joined in 2004, left in 2009, so 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
In that period, we won the Champions League.
Yep.
He was heavily influential in that tournament. Won the FA Cup, heavily influential in that tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Got to another Champions League final, heavily influential to getting us there.
Mm-hmm.
Almost won the league, heavily influential that season. And throughout his whole time at Liverpool was excellent, barring maybe one half of one season. What more does he? I mean, what does? Hold on. Is Henderson? Wait. Is Henderson a Liverpool legend?
No. I have a high bar for it. I have a high bar for it. Because I understand your point of you separate legends into like 3 categories.
Is he?
No. It's close, but no. Because
I think tag team partner Callum.
No, because I think you've got to look at what the football club is and what it was. At the end of the day, Liverpool Football Club has produced some of the greatest players generations have ever seen. That is what for me legends are. I can't when I look at what Kenny Dalglish, what Ian Rush, what Graham Souness, what Steven Gerrard, what Salah and Van Dijk mean for this football club. And I've just thrown names off the top of my head there. I can't put Alonso in the same category as them.
No, I'm not saying
no, but this is the difference, Cal. My thing is I don't have the best legend and the worst legend. You are a legend or you're not. I have like legend, icon, great, whatever. I'll break it down to subcategories, but you're not. I don't have good legend, bad legend, legend ability, but not. No, you're a legend or you're not for me. And I have such a high bar for it that I feel like certain players who, in your opinion, make it there, they don't for me. I think Henderson's on the cusp, but a lot of Henderson's thing is because he was the captain at the time. If James Milner had been the captain of Liverpool when we were winning Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, we'd look at Milner in the same way as we did. Henderson had some good moments and he had some bad moments when we look at Henderson. But this is the way I look at it as a whole. I don't put 20, 30 players in this. I can't put Alonso as a legend. I can't.
All right, Tom. You're my brother. I got love for you, man. Henderson, even if you took away the captaincy, Henderson was so important in that Klopp team.
Don't disagree. Don't disagree.
But not just that, he was player of the season in 1920, the season we won the league. Whether we agree or disagree, he was player of the season.
He was football racers.
So in 13-14, I think everyone unanimously agrees that if Henderson was available for those 3 games where he got suspended, we would have won the league. That's how important he was that season.
Mhm.
Then he played number 6 for Liverpool for a year, or was it 2 years, 16, 17 and 17, 18, to allow us to get back in the Champions League. Then he came out of the team in 18, 19 because he wasn't showing great form. Then he came back against Southampton. We were drawing the game 1-1. He comes on, changes the game. We win that game 3-1 and go on a charge to almost win the league.
Mhm.
Then he leads us to the Champions League. Then the following season is one of the best performers in the team to win us the Premier League.
Mhm.
Then the following season goes to play centre back because the club completely messed up what we did. Like, not to mention the years before that, where he took on the captaincy after Gerrard left, which was 14, 15 or
Yeah, 15, 16.
15, 16. Like, how? Bro, how?
Henderson's probably the closest to making it into that category. But
So Mane's not close.
Mane, I don't look at Mane and put him in the same category. I don't. Mane's another one who was close, but no.
So what Mane have to do? What more did he have to do to be considered a Liverpool legend? Hold on, wait.
The consistency.
Is Robbie Fowler a Liverpool legend?
I can't. As much as I love Robbie Fowler, I can't. But when I look at the category, I don't put him as. I have legends like one of your 15 best.
They called him God. Look, I'm a Christian.
I know that. I know we did. I know we did.
I don't believe in calling a man God. They called him God, bro.
I know we did. But I am looking. I have such a high bar for it. I don't want to. I don't include.
You know what? You're making a mistake I made a few years ago because I said it's something that I've never lived down, and people to this day will still approach me in the street and talk to me about it. I said I didn't think Ronaldinho was elite as a footballer. I thought he was absolutely world class and a legend, but I didn't think he sat at the table of elite with like your Messis, your Cristianos.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're being too regimented with your legendary status and the access to that club.
Oh, I probably am.
No, you definitely are. But Mane and Fowler's not without question. They are Liverpool legends, without question. Henderson, Liverpool legend.
Again, it's a personal thing, isn't it? But I just look at it in the way that I can't justify putting certain people in the same category because I don't break legend down to 2 or 3 subsections. For me, you're either a legend or you're not. So I've seen people in chat going, "Is Divock Origi a Liverpool legend?" For me, no. He's a cult hero. He's a cult hero type thing. At most, he's an icon. But this is how I would break it down. You've got your cult heroes. You've got your icons of the football club. You've got your greats of the football club. But they are all lower in their own categories than legends of the football club.
What about Trent and Robbo? Did they...
Trent, if he stays and gives me another 2 years of this,
what about Robbo?
Will probably make it. Robbo is another one that's probably in the Henderson Mane section of... my standards just don't allow that many people in.
Oh, my heart's hurting. My heart is hurting, bro.
I have a high bar for it. If you want me, I will make a list of... you two can chat about it. Give me 5 minutes. I'll
tell you this is the first time ever, by the way. 8 minutes and 57 seconds. I have not said a word. Sometimes you have to let the crash happen. And I'm just letting Tom crash. I'm just enjoying it from afar. I'll tell you who I think are the legends in the Klopp era. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Henderson, Mane, and Mo Salah. Those are my 6 legends from the Klopp era.
But I think if you include Mane, you have to include Firmino.
Did you not include Firmino, Don?
No, but I'll tell you why. Firmino is more like of a cult hero. We're always going to remember him.
What?
Wijnaldum is the same.
Glue! He was the glue!
That's worse than my one. That's worse than my
that's
one.
not worse.
Look, I know I turned up late. I turned up late to stream. Are you not trolling me? Did you not sit there in the backstage?
No, we did not. You think me and Tom are going to conspiracize? We hate each other. We can't conspiracize against you. Firmino is the glue, yes, but he's like a hero. He's an icon. The same with Fabinho. The same with Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum, by the way, his 2 moments against Barcelona as moments are probably a bigger moment than anything Firmino ever had. Moment, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Moments.
Yeah. No,
yes. The 2 goals he scored. But that don't make you a legend. Legend is something that you've done over a consistent 6, 7, 8 year period. Now, Henderson, as much as I'm not a fan of him, as a player in the last 2 years. What he did in the first 3-4 years, even the season where he played in a single pivot before we bought Fabinho, he was incredible. He was a very good captain. He was a very good player for us. And he lifted those titles that we won. And he played a massive role. Henderson, in my opinion, played a bigger role than Firmino did, with all due respect.
Oh.
Now, I think Fowler was a legend. I think Xabi Alonso was a legend. I think sometimes the words legend, obviously there's the sweet section in the legends. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's go to a completely different sport. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant are all legends of basketball. That does not mean that Charles Barkley is not a legend of basketball. He is, but at a smaller level. There's levels to the words legend.
Why is Gini Wijnaldum not a Liverpool legend?
No, because of the same. Like, I don't think Gini Wijnaldum is in the category of legend. Legend is a big word as well. We can't just put it on everyone.
But so are you saying why? Because of the length of time was 4 years, right?
Yeah, and as well, like with Gini, I think his career. Okay, I'll put it this way. Wijnaldum is going to be remembered for the 2 goals against Barcelona. That's the biggest thing.
Remembered for more than that for me.
But I'm saying like 10, 15 years down the line, go like, remember Wijnaldum? He's the guy that scored the 2 goals against Barcelona. That's what people will say. You get what I'm saying? But when someone says, do you remember Mo Salah? People go like, Mo Salah's a Liverpool legend. Mane is a Liverpool legend. Like, we'll talk about it because it was a longer period of like world class, best in his position, etc. So I'm looking at the best of the best. Bro, there were people on YouTube arguing that Henderson's better than KDB, Cal.
No, I'll never be a part of that conversation.
No, I wasn't a part of it either, but I'm saying the fact that he was there shows you that he is at legend status. Okay? Now, moving on from the legend stuff. Cal, because I know you have to go in a second. Give me your...
I made that list, but we'll get back to that at the end when people want to cook me privately.
Fuck your list, Tom. Cal, give me your Leverkusen preview before you head out.
Leverkusen, I think they're not playing great at the moment, but they're a team that doesn't usually lose. They usually draw games. However, I do think we have enough to cause them some damage. In order for us to beat Leverkusen, though, in my opinion, we have to keep Florian Wirtz quiet. We have to get in and around him and make sure he doesn't have pockets of space where he can thread balls through and control the game. I know people are going to look at me sideways. I also think we have to make sure Xhaka turns into Arsenal Xhaka and not Leverkusen Xhaka, because they are 2 different people and 2 different players. Xhaka has been brilliant for Leverkusen. So we need to make sure we get in and amongst him and remind him that when he comes to Anfield, it doesn't end well for him. And then from there, we need to be clinical. I think we win the game 2-0, but it's not going to be an easy game. They'll make us really work for it.
I'm really looking forward to this game because it's like the manager that could have been.
Where we are.
Yeah, the manager that could have been versus the manager that is. You know, Liverpool legend versus Liverpool current
I wanted
manager.
Alonso. I love Alonso. I call my little daughter Alonso. So like he's up there for me. But
right, so I feel like that was kind of part of the reason why there was a little bit of anger.
No. I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
There was that element.
My second son, I also call Robbie. So Fowler, Tom, I'm not upset with you. I'm just disappointed, bro. I'm just disappointed.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. That's my guy, Cal. Cal is back, ladies and gentlemen. Next Tuesday, before you join the stream, think, who do I want to team up with? The guy that says Xabi Alonso is not a Liverpool legend, or Husam? Just think about it. And then
I don't think he is.
Tom, please don't take this the wrong way when I say so. I don't mean this is any disrespect for Ray at all. But how old actually are you?
23.
I think that might be an issue with why you're saying these things, because you didn't get to see a lot of these players play live at a more established age. So I don't fully hold it against you. That's not me trying to downgrade your age or your knowledge, by the way.
My legends list has only 4 players that I've seen play live.
Oh, so yeah, I can't save you. There's no saving you, bro.
Yeah, that's not saving you. You can be saved.
But when I say watch play live, I mean I've went to the stadium and watched them. I've watched plenty of games of some of these other people.
So is Sammy Hooper a Liverpool legend for you?
He falls in the same category as like your Manes and your Fowlers for me, which is just shortly off it. I mean,
Callum is considering his life decisions now. Watch.
No, because my list, I've got Salah, I've got
He's
Van
so
Dijk,
done.
I've got Alisson, I've got Gerrard, I've got John Barnes, Ian Rush, Kenny Dalglish, Alan Hansen, Emlyn Hughes, Roger Hunt, Ian St. John, Alan Kennedy, Ron Yeats, Ian Callahan, Ray Clements, Phil Neal.
Steve Highway.
No Stevie Nicol there.
Steve Highway's the other one that should be in there, yeah.
Stevie Highway, Stevie Nicol as well.
Stevie Nichol's probably.
You don't think Bruce Grobbelaar is a Liverpool legend?
I don't think he was better than Clements or Alisson, no.
I agree with Tom there. I don't think he was.
That's fraudulent. Spaghetti legs, Champions League final.
I think he's a legend, but I don't think he's better than those guys.
Yeah, but why are you giving him an out, Cal?
No, because why are you giving him an out? It comes down to how many people you want to include in your legends thing.
As many that need to be there.
Yeah, but who said that's the limit?
See, but that's where we differ. I think because Liverpool is such a huge.
Did you put Souness on the list?
Is Michael Owen a Liverpool legend?
Michael Owen's not a Liverpool legend.
No, that's not. He's not a legend. Once a man can never read. Fuck that guy.
No, I disagree. He's a Liverpool legend. I don't like the guy. He's a Liverpool legend.
No, he isn't. You put on a United shirt, you can't be a Liverpool legend.
Michael Owen's 100% a Liverpool legend.
Is Robertson a Liverpool legend for you, Cal?
Andy Robertson?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
The Liverpool legend is getting outperformed by Kostas Tsimikas.
Yeah,
Big up Matt.
You've seen legends decline.
Big up Matt from Kopish. That's my guy right there.
Husam, do you think...
Because he was saying that Tsimikas is better than Robertson now. Big up Matt. That's my guy right there. Matt, I'm gonna call you to get on this show as well, because we need to cook, me and you. We're gonna take on the...
replace me already, yeah?
No. I said me and you, we're gonna cook these two frauds. You get me? Me and Matt will tag team against you both. You frauds. Matt said Robertson is the Liverpool legend.
Husam,
I don't even think Robertson is better than John Arnorisa.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah, bad take, Husam.
What a bad way to end the show. What a bad way to end the show.
If you put John Arnorisa in the club system, guy would have 500 assists in a year.
He'd also get run through defensively.
Wow. Robertson just allowed Bukayo Saka to cut onto his left foot in his own penalty box.
Yes, a couple of weeks ago, but Robbo in his prime, no one did anything to Robbo.
Cal, forget Tom. Me and you are gonna have grown man conversation. I know you have to go. But say the truth about John Arnorisa in the club system. Let's be serious.
No.
He would have broken the records. Let's be real.
He would have scored more goals. I don't know if he'd have got more assists. But we would have conceded way more, so I don't know if we would have won as many things.
Okay, can I ask you a genuine question?
Go on.
Last question before you go.
Yeah.
Carabao Cup final last season. If Andy Robertson took the corner instead of Tsimikas, do we go to penalties?
Yeah, we do, yeah. We do.
Yes, let's go. Big up to you, Cal. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Next Tuesday. Guys, buck your ideas up for next Tuesday. I'm not going through
this. Take it right now. Hey, Matt, I'm going to reach out to you, Matt. We need to take on these two right here, the Dudley boys. We're going to destroy them right here. Undertaker and Kane are going to pull up. Big up to you, Cal. Big up to
the chat as well.
Big ups.
Big up,
Sam,
Cal.
Do you think Carragher is a Liverpool legend?
Yes. That many appearances for Liverpool. You can't not be a Liverpool legend, Tom. Guy has like 737 appearances.
He's the last one who makes my list.
Bro, 700 something. You know he won Liverpool Player of the Year as well. Like, he wasn't a scrub.
Did he won the Champions League? He won Player of the Year. Had the Gerrard.
Yeah, he wasn't a scrub. Like,
yeah.
I still think Hippier was probably a better centre back, but as a player who everything he's given to Liverpool, I'll put Carragher like in a legend status.
Carragher, the thing is that those teams that Benitez was renowned for, everyone goes on about Hippier and Agger, but Carragher was the one constant. It was always Carragher with Agger or Carragher with Hippier. Yeah, I don't think you ever really saw Agger with Hippier. And we had the best defense in the league.
Can I give you just a quick thing? I think in 13-14, if Daniel Agger never got injured, I think we could have won the league.
If Daniel Agger had legs that worked, we would have probably won at least one more league title than we have done. I can't see
Daniel Agger was so good. I love Daniel Agger.
He was a very good friend.
You know how much I love Daniel Agger? I bought a Liverpool shirt with a number 5 on it. That's how much I love Daniel Agger. I thought he was just a fantastic player.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Daniel Agger was brilliant, but it's just, I mean, look, all I've learned is that some people have a lower bar for legend than me. That's fine.
Okay.
Because my legends list is about.
I have standards. My bars are high. Shut the hell up, Tom. No one believes you. Now, guys, let's get to 300 likes before we wrap up. Tom, before I go to the super chats and we end the stream, just tell me your thoughts on the Leverkusen game today.
It's going to be an interesting one to watch. I think it's going to be the first real tactical battle Slot will have faced, because Arteta wasn't really a tactical battle because he just tried to put as many centre backs and DMs on the pitch as he could do. But Alonso was a very good in-game manager. I feel like this is probably going to be the closest to a test, not a test, a chess match in terms of management that we've seen so far this season. And I think it's going to come down to individual battles. I'll be honest, I know Florian Wirtz got mentioned earlier by Cal, and yet Florian Wirtz obviously does scare you. Do you want to worries me a little bit more? Victor Boniface. That man.
You see how Carragher said his name, Boniface? Jamie Carragher, big up Victor Boniface. Bro, what the hell, Jamie, man?
Carragher fucking kills you with some of them. Have you seen his interview clip with Rafa Leao a couple of years ago?
Yes, Internazionale.
You got Internazionale next week? Well, I don't know.
If he didn't understand Inter Milan, how is he going to understand Internazionale? You ain't going to get the second one, brother. Come on, man. Come on. But said Boniface. Big up Boniface, who scores the goal. Hey, Carragher is funny, man. I just wish he turns on FG so we can have a better time.
Victor Boniface is the big threat for me, I think, especially because I do agree with the notion that you're going to have to play Gomez because you want Canate available for Madrid. And Boniface will put himself on goal. I thought, by the way, I know we didn't really focus much on the Brighton game individually. Joe Gomez was fucking brilliant when he came on against Brighton. Didn't put a foot wrong, was aggressive into the tackle, gave us a chance to push forward on the pitch. This would be a big test, Boniface. I think, honestly, if you were to sell Nunes this summer or Jota and you're after a striker, he would be my dream target. I just think he's the all-round threat that you would want from a striker. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. So yeah, he worries me a lot. But I think the spaces that in behind their fullbacks where Grimaldo and Frimpong leave, that's where we should be exploiting. That's why, even though Gakpo's got 3 goals in his last 2 games, and I think he's been very good, I'm stupidly going to trust Luis Diaz to start this one because I want to see him just run at whatever centre backs on the right, and don't treat him like Thomas Partey and shit the bed. Go at them, beat them, do something with it. I think Curtis Jones should be starting as well, and you're gonna like this one. I think Kostas Tsimikas should probably start.
Both the next games, I'm going Kostas.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think Robertson needs to.
Give me your starting 11 before we just go super. Tell me.
Kelleher in goal, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Gravenberch, Jones, Szoboszlai. I'm still umming and ahhing about whether McAllister. I'm going to go Szoboszlai for now. I just want a bit of physicality against Xhaka. Salah on the right, Diaz on the left, Nunes up front.
Wait, is there any news? Big up Husam in the chat as well. Is there actually any news about what's his name? Harvey Elliott.
After the international break.
I really missed that guy. I really want to fucking see him. Bring me Harvey Elliott.
I think people have forgotten that side of it in terms of just how good a creative player he is.
Yeah, Harvey's a fantastic player.
Yeah, brilliant. I think I know we've been relatively fine without him in terms of results, but I think he could have helped us in some of the games that he's not been available for. Because he's probably got behind Trent the second best creative pass, and Salah. Sorry, I forgot Salah. Behind those two, who are 2 world-class players, he's probably the best creative passer in the team.
I think my starting 11 would be Kelleher, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Tsimikas.
Yeah.
If we start Robertson today, that's also good because it means Tsimikas starts in the Premier League game.
Yeah, but I think Tsimikas can handle 2 games a week at this point because it's just 1 week and then it's internationals, isn't it?
Yeah, Curtis Jones, I think, is the first midfielder on the team sheet. I'm going Gravenberch.
I still think it's Gravenberch, but yeah, I agree with that pivot in terms of being the first name.
And I get what you're saying. Physically, Szoboszlai is better, but on the ball, I would
but
I would still trust
McAllister's also 1 yellow away from suspension. I need
yeah, that's why
McAllister.
that's why I probably would go Szoboszlai, and then I'd go because I want to give Diaz another opportunity. I'd go Diaz on the left, I'd go Mo on the right, and I'd go up top Darwin Núñez. Is there any news with the Chiesa thing, by the way?
After the international break, I assume. I don't think we got anyone back before the international break.
Who's actually injured for us?
Jota,
Chiesa.
Alisson, Harvey, Chiesa.
And when's Jota back? Also after the international break?
Everyone's back after the international break.
Because we have a dreadful run till December, man. Anyway,
To be fair, the first game after the international break's not too bad.
what's your prediction score result?
I want a clean sheet, but I don't think we'll get one. I'll say 2-1.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get a clean sheet either. But I'm gonna give us one more goal. I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool. That's my prediction.
I've just been going over my list again. I made the executive decision that Fowler probably gets promoted to that list just so I can have an even 20.
Fairs. Okay, you're rectifying your mistakes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I want an even 20 legend list, and then Fowler wraps that up. So yeah, 20 Liverpool legends for me.
Okay. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Guys, we're 20 likes away from 300. Let's hit 300 likes before you all get out here. Big up to all of you guys. This has been very enjoyable, man. Listen, I enjoy the Liverpool shows like no other. This is one of the most fun stuff that I do every week. We do 3, 4, 5 Liverpool shows tonight as well, inshallah, after the Leverkusen game. I've got Drifty, I've got Rax, I've got Roms, and I've got Jamie coming on as well.
Elite panel people. Appreciate the content that you're getting there.
There's someone that I've forgotten, and I don't want to disrespect anyone. Well, what did I tell him? And ends the Nunes guys as well. So got all of these guys coming on. Big up to my guy Redline Tarango says bigger criminal, Tom or Arteta?
My teams wouldn't get 3 red cards in the opening 8 games and then blame the referees.
Oh, your teams would definitely get red cards, but you wouldn't play as bad of football.
No, I play good football. I play really good football. I don't think people understand my tactical brain. I know exactly how your team should set up.
You would sign Mason Mount at Arsenal. I would say Tom still. Big up to you, Redline Taranga. Big up to him again who says you're not welcome in Senegal, Tom, you fraud. Oh, are we just like out here starting beefs all over the world or something? Like what's going on? Like me and Colombia have established political relationships now. There's 2 guys in Hungary who hate me as well. Guys, listen, I want to be able to travel around this planet, you guys. Big up. Let us live, yeah. Let us live. Big up to you, Redline Taranga.
I wasn't ever planning on going to Senegal either, but hey ho.
Oh, that's even more insulting, Redline Taranga.
It's not. I wouldn't survive on Senegal. I do not handle hot countries very well. Big up Senegal, though.
Alonso is an LFC legend. He was a top player for Liverpool and won us the Champions League. What more does he need to do?
Again, no, I look at the players that are in the legend category. I could not, in my right mind, put Alonso in the same category as them.
There's people who classify Luis Garcia as a Liverpool legend.
He's not, though. He's a cult hero.
Luis Garcia. He drinks sangria. He came from Barca to Liverpool.
Brilliant song.
Luis Garcia. His football heaven. Please don't take our Luis away. Luis Garcia. You never sang that in your life because you were 3 years old.
I have, because there's two separate versions of the song, and well, there was when it used to get sung at the ground.
You know who signed this shirt, right?
Yes, you told me multiple times.
Big up Luis Garcia. Big up to Tom who says Tom Out Fund. Imagine we start a Tom Out Fund and we ban him from the Husam X Tom X Cal show for a week and get like a Tom replacement. That would be hilarious, to be honest with you, Tom. Big up to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Phineas the Weasel. He says it's okay. Tom Little. Unbalanced seems to be a theme on this channel, but its creator swears he's objective. You said it, not me, Husam. # slot out. I am objective, but there are shows where we have fun. There are shows where we troll. There are shows where we banter. That's why you should subscribe to Don.
You will very, very rarely get a fully, for 1 hour, 2-hour-long objective stream between me and Husam.
Yeah, there's always banter, like always, 100%. That's never. I don't think that's ever gonna change.
If you want objectivity, go watch Husam sing like solo shows after matches, or go watch fucking professionals do it. You watch fans.
Vinny
because you
has
want
the
fan
weasel.
meat.
You tried to get Tom to cook me, and now we both cooked you together. So hold that L, you weasel. You keep taking L's, bro. Stop it. Come join the Husam army, or forever be left alone. Big up to my guy Akia. He sent this when you were saying Xabi Alonso is not a legend. He says, "I like you a lot, Tom, but bro, hey Akia."
I can't in my mind, and if you do, that's fair enough. I'm not going to knock anyone for that. But for me, and the way I see Liverpool as an institution, I can't put Alonso in the same category that I put a Souness or a Gerrard. Or an
We all
Ian
agree
Callahan,
that
for example.
category, to be fair.
But then it comes down to the fact that some people go with oh well, you've got bigger legend and smaller legend. No, if you're not a legend, you're an icon or a great or a cult hero. But I think legend is such an exclusive club.
Big up to you, Akia. Big up to Jay Finn. He says, I was going to agree with Tom about Alonso, but then he said Firmino's not a legend. So Alisson and Van Dijk are not legends, Tom?
No, Alisson and Van Dijk are, because I think it comes down to multiple factors, really. It's hard to quantify. For me, though, Alisson has been the best in his position from the moment he joined Liverpool. Van Dijk has been the best in his position from the moment he joined Liverpool. Salah has been the best in his position, bar Lionel Messi, who was an absolute fucking freak of nature, since the moment he joined Liverpool. And they've
Did
gone
you
on
see
to
that,
achieve...
that Mo Salah Messi stat?
Oh,
Did
it's
you see that?
ridiculous. Yeah, it's fucking mental. But this is for me like...
You know, Tom, I'll be honest with you, if we get rid of this guy...
They were so good individually.
If we get rid of this guy and get him Mbuemo, Tom, I don't know what I'll do to myself. Like, I actually do not know.
I think Mbuemo will get beaten with a stick because it'd be seen as a Salah. I like Mbuemo as a player on his own. If you take away the whole overarching thing of he's the Salah replacement and just said,
but that's the issue, though. That's literally the issue.
I get that. It'd be tough to pull away from that, but I like Mbuemo as a player. I think Mbuemo is a very good player.
I like Mbuemo as well, just not the Salah replacement. Like, that's the problem, bro. Like, that's the issue. Big up my guy Vin, who said, need this panel back to do a legend tier list show. We might actually do that in the international break. Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? See?
Okay.
There's all his ideas.
Well, I don't think Cal will make the end of the stream when he is.
Hey, Cal can't make the end of any streams, man, with you. Cal is just giving up on you slowly. He's like, Tom, I love you, but I'm disappointed. Big up to you, Vin. McAllister also a yellow card away from suspension. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, start Szoboszlai. Start Szoboszlai. Like, it's just I do agree. We probably do have to start Szoboszlai in this game, to be honest with you. Give McAllister a rest. Big up to Akia, who says this man cares more about even numbers than a man who poured his heart onto the cup 120 times in 236 appearances.
Who's that? Is that Robbie? I've put Robbie Fowler in. Or
who's this about, Akia? Because this guy shot on everyone, basically. So who's this about? You have to clarify.
If it's Fowler, I've put him in. If it's Mane, then yeah, there's an argument to be made there. But he's probably like the next on the list to make it in. If we were to make it a 21 long list, he makes it in type thing. Fowler, yeah, Fowler made it in. The thing, I need to rewatch some. I remember watching the Fowler stuff at the start of COVID. So I haven't. It's been a while since I got to re-go through a lot of it. So I've only really seen bits and pieces. I know how good a striker and finisher Robbie Fowler is. Okay, now anyone I talk to, any older person who I've went to the ground and talked to is in that position and will tell me about it. So for me, it was just, again, it's the high standards I've got. The high standards I've got.
Can you find the Salah Messi stat? I'm trying to find it.
What was the basis
here
of it?
Oh, since Salah joined the LFC, only him and Messi has had 250 plus goals and 115 plus assists.
Yeah, it was a BR graphic because it was the pair of them. Yeah.
Did you see what Slot said about Mo? He's like, Mo can do like Messi and Cristiano in terms of impact age. There is no reason to think he's dropping in terms of level. It's not what you see in terms of his numbers and when he's playing.
Oh yeah, Salah's.
At this point, even Slot wants Mo Salah extended because he's like, yo, this guy's saving my ass like 3-4 times. Like, I need that shit, to be honest with you. So, yeah.
Let me just address this, Sean. For me, legends are above icons. I think if you're a legend, you're bigger than an icon. I think a legendary figure carries more weight than an iconic figure. If you think it's the other way around, then just swap my list around. But I think that the 20 players I've mentioned are the 20 biggest figures in the football club's history. From a player's perspective, if I was to include managers, it'd be a lot different because certain players wouldn't make it in place of certain managers. But yeah, that comes down to word. And for me, a legend, I've always been brought up and thought that if you were a legend, you were bigger than an icon. And that in turn means you're bigger than a great, which in turn means you're bigger than a cult hero.
I hear it. Anyway, on that note, guys, Tom Little is in the description. Go subscribe to his channel. Go subscribe to Callum Kopish. Drifty will be on later as well. So we have today, guys, today it's pure Liverpool content. We have this stream right here. Despite what people spread around us, this football club will always be number one, numero uno. This stream, we've got the Liverpool watch along later, and we have a Liverpool stream as well after that at 11 p.m. UK time. So it's a pure LFC day today. So hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. Let's get to 300 likes. We're literally just 5 likes away. So just like the button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Tom's channel and Callum's channel. Big up everyone who showed us love, everyone who showed us support. And I'm going to see you guys back, inshallah, for the Liverpool Leverkusen watch along. Come on, Liverpool.